Padres lost a squeaker in the opener of the World Series last night, but they are getting ready to get it back from the Tigers today. Richard Saxton is standing by live at a World Series news conference in Mission Valley. Richard, what's the word?
Well, Susan, yesterday I came to you from the stadium. Not too much going on there. They had the grounds crews working, but it seems as though all the action is happening here at the Town and Country Convention Center. That's where the local media and media from across the country gather to get their quotes to spread what is going on about the World Series. Of course, Game 2 is tonight. The Padres hoping to rebound from that 3-2 loss last night to the Tigers. Let's go back to last night and find out what happened.
And that's what he's supposed to do.
The Padres were hoping to avoid giving up any early runs, but the Tigers didn't waste any time. Lou Whitaker started things off with a double. Then San Diego native Alan Trammell followed with a single to drive in Whitaker, and the Tigers jumped in front 1-0 with 4 hits off Mark Thurmond in the first inning. The Padres responded in the bottom of the first. Steve Garvey cracks a base hit to right. Then Greg Nettles follows with a shot up the middle to put 2 aboard with 2 out. Then Terry Kennedy steps up and rips a triple to the right field corner. That brings in Garvey and Nettles, and the Padres lead it 2-1. They have a chance to build on that lead in the third. With 2 men on and no outs, Steve Garvey hits into a double play. Top of the 5th, after Lance Parrish gets on with a double, Mark Thurmond gives up a home run ball to Larry Herndon, and the Tigers took a 3-2 lead.
Our book on Herndon is he's a fastball hitter, and we play him straight away, and he can go to all fields. It was just an unfortunate pitch. If he got it down, that probably wouldn't have happened. But he was coming out at the ending of the inning.
Bottom of the 7th, the Padres have a chance to come back. Kurt Bevacqua led off with a shot to right, but he stumbled trying to turn it into a triple.
I know I lost my balance when I came around second base, and that was the difference in probably whether we're still out there playing or not. You know, the third base coach is waving me on all the way. It wasn't his fault, it was my fault. I stumbled, and it's a split-second decision, and, you know, it's tough once you get your mind to going somewhere to turn around and go back, and I just didn't do it.
Detroit starter Jack Morris just seemed to get better from that point on, setting the Padres down in order in the final 2 innings. He gave up 8 hits and struck out 9 in the Tigers' 3-2 win. Okay, I just managed to pull Tim Lawler out of the news conference here. Tim will be pitching Game 3 of the series in Detroit on Friday. Tim, first of all, your comments about last night. Pitching had a lot to do, I think, with the decision.
Yeah, you know, it was a well-fought game on both sides. You have to give credit to Jack Morris. He pitched a really great game, and we just didn't score enough runs. But you know, we're still up, and we're playing at home. We've got the fans on our side, and we want to go out and have a good game tonight, and hopefully, you know, even it up tonight so we can go up to their place and close it out up there.
Now coming.
And Tony, they showed you and Alan Wiggins inordinate respect last night. Marty Castillo playing in when Wiggins was batting, the 2 consecutive pitch outs to you. Do you feel extra pressure on both you and Alan because of the fact that the bottom of your batting order hit just 1 for 15 last night?
No, I don't think we feel any extra pressure. It's been like that all year. A lot of people think that getting us out is going to be the key. It was a key in the playoffs, and now they think it's the key in the World Series. And you know, I really believe in order for us to win this thing, we've got to have a complete contribution from everybody in the lineup. The games against the Cubs, we played well, but you know, either the first part of the lineup did it, or the middle part, or the bottom part. And for us to win it, we've got to be consistent with the whole lineup.
Now, being down 1 game to none, knowing after tonight you go to Detroit to play 3 games, they have not lost in postseason play this year. This is a must game tonight. Yeah, we feel like it is. You know, it's an important game. I put it that way because we don't want to go there down 2-0. And, you know, we've played well. We know we can play well. We played right with them last night, but we just didn't capitalize on the chances that we had. So tonight's game is very important, and I think we've got our best pitcher going tonight, Nettie Whitson. So if we can go out and hopefully get something going, because it seems like in every game since the season ended, the other team scored first, and we've had to try to come from behind. But I think it's important for us to get on the board first and put the pressure on them. Dan Petrie, you haven't seen him before. What's the scouting report? What will you have to do?
There hasn't been a scouting report yet. Nobody's really, you know, sat us down and told us what he throws. So I think all the players will probably go to Nettles because he's seen him before, and just try to figure him out once the game starts.
All right, Greg Nettles, the guru tonight. So lots of luck to you, Tony.
Thank you.
Okay.
The base hit to get Nettles home. You'll have to hit it on an angle. If an outfielder charges a base hit straight on, I don't think Nettles can make it home. Jones deep in left field. Slider strike, 0-1. High fly ball into left field. Back goes Jones, away back. It's gone.
Downs. Ted Leitner on sports. Clark Anthony with the weather. This is the 11 o'clock edition of News 8.
Good evening. The Padres are on their way to Detroit now with a win under their collective belt. The team didn't have much time to celebrate the 5-3 victory over the Tigers tonight. They took off from Lindbergh Field not long after the game ended. More on all of this in a moment, and on the former Padre owner who has been sentenced to a year in prison. And President Reagan and Walter Mondale trade jabs over, of all things, makeup. But first, Ted, in the newsroom with, I'm sure, something to say about tonight's victory. Ted.
This was a big game. And obviously, if you lose 2 in Chicago and you come back to San Diego, you got a shot. Well, if you lost 2 games here and had to go to Tiger Stadium down 2-0, it would have been over. Instead, it's a 1-1 split tonight. Normally, in these segments, you're supposed to save the good stuff for later so people will watch. But I'm not going to do that. Here's the biggest home run.
Fly ball left field. Got some distance. Rupert Jones is back. It's gone. A 3-run homer for Bevacqua.
And that one, the club was down by a run. And the story tonight was these guys pitching. Whitson was out after the first inning. Hawkins here went 5 1/3 and was spectacular. Number 37, Craig Lefferts, pitched the last 3 innings. He struck out 5. Was absolutely unbelievable. Strike 3 in the 9th as Lefferts put him down. He allowed 1 hit. Hawkins 1 hit in 5 1/3, and the Padres win the ball game coming from behind after being down 3-0 in the first inning. Relief pitching and Bevacqua. That's what did it. They're in pretty good shape. They got an off day tomorrow. They're 1 win, 1 loss, as in tied. Now we'll show you the other stuff, conventional, highlights and the post-game reaction and interviews when we shall return to this office, or actually the set, shortly.
What became 2-1 in favor of Detroit. Let's take a look at the highlights of Game 3. No score, bottom of the second, and San Diego's starting pitching falters again. Chet Lemon aboard with a single, and Tim Lawler is taken deep by Marty Castillo. Castillo had only 4 home runs during the regular season, but like the Padres' Kurt Bevacqua in Game 2, he vaults from the small print and into the headlines with a 2-run homer that gives the Tigers the early lead. Later on, same inning, another run already home. Greg Booker on in relief of Lawler. He walks Larry Herndon with the bases loaded, and now it's 4-0 in favor of Detroit. The Padres have trailed early in every playoff and World Series game this year. We go to the 4th. The Tigers' lead is 5-1. 2 men on for San Diego. Bobby Brown's bouncer is misplayed by Marty Castillo, but he recovers in time to get Kurt Bevacqua, who seems to have an adventure at third base every game. Now it's the 7th. Bill Shearer on in relief of Milt Wilcox. A man aboard as Steve Garvey connects. Larry Herndon tries to backhand it but can't. It goes as a double, and Tony Gwynn arrives safely at third. He would score from there on a Greg Nettles sacrifice fly to make it 5-2. That brought relief ace Willie Hernandez on. Terry Kennedy connects. Deep center field, about 420 feet away. Chet Lemon makes a terrific catch to save the day for the Tigers.
When he first hit it, I just knew I had to get back because it was hit on the line, and I was playing kind of shallow, and I knew it was important that I break, and I think the key was that I looked up in the right time, because you tend to not run far enough, or you run too far, and I was very fortunate. I looked up at the right time, and it was just to the left of me.
2 outs now on the top of the 9th, and Hernandez looking to finish it. Garvey again at the plate, lofts one into shallow center. Lemon will come on to put it away and seal the Tiger victory. Afterwards, Castillo talked with him.
That was